Hi, this is Nelson Ranch. So, I've been looking at the YouTube, and it looks like there's a lot of people really enjoying Umamusume in the after the global launch, and I'm actually very happy to see that. And a lot of the past emotions in which I went through, it seems like a lot of people are going through again in the global version. So it's uh, uh, I don't know. It's nostalgic. It's heartwarming. It's good. Is all I want to say. All right. So the reason why I'm putting this video up is because this new card is going to come up soon. The Kitasan Black card. Um, and I know there's a lot of people talking about the Kitasan Black card and how it's really good and everything. And I talked about it too, how really good it is. And that if you have a free-to-play account and you haven't pulled for any and you haven't gotten any good characters that you like, or if it's a character you can get just by the select ticket that the game gives you and everything like that, there's like nothing that's really like you're invested in, then I think re-rolling is a really good option. You can just drop everything, re-roll, and hope to get 2 copies of Kitasan Black in your re-roll. And if you have 2 copies of Kitasan Black, then what's going to happen is at the half anniversary, at least in the Japanese version, they gave us a crystal, and the crystal can automatically boost it. So that'll give you, give you 1 extra copy. So that would make 3 copies of the Kitasan Black card, and then I believe there's a mission that you will accomplish to give you another copy, and then you can pick that another mission to get a total of 4 copies of Kitasan Black. If you have 4 copies of Kitasan Black, in other words, level 45, it's good enough. Kitasan Black would beat any card out there, and so I think re-rolling for Kitasan Black and getting 2 copies of this, then when the half anniversary comes, which is going to be in like a couple months, I imagine, because the gacha schedule is accelerated. You get the new season. It's probably going to happen in 4 months since release time. So it was released in I don't know. It might be 3 months. I don't know. I don't know what the thing is going to be, but it's going to be pretty fast. But if it's 4 months, then because it was released in June, the new scenario will come out in October. And if it comes out in October, since it's already September, you're just basically looking at a 3-month wait. It's not bad, right? And then after that, there's going to be another re-roll of the banner. And then when the re-roll of the banner comes out, if you've got, if you save up jewels, then you just pull for 1 spark, and then you're complete. You got that 5-card Kitasan Black. Not only that, or the other option is, you re-roll, you get 2 copies of Kitasan Black, and then you put money into the game, and you go to the ceiling, and you get that 3rd copy of the Kitasan Black, and then, you're golden. Because then, you just wait for the October thing, and then you got, level 50 Kitasan Black. By the way, a level 35 Kitasan Black is going to be weaker than a level 45 Sweep Tosho. Sweep Tosho is... Sweep Tosho is this card. Level 45 Sweep Tosho is crazy. This card is actually going to be better in raising your speed than level 35 than level 30 Kitasan Black. The other SR card that's really good is Shinko Windy, which is this card here. All right. Anyway, so I don't think people need to talk. People need to hear me talk about how good Kitasan Black card is, and that's really recommended, and that if necessary you can even do a reroll for it. People talk about that. I want to talk about the experience that I had from not having Kitasan Black. So this is in the order in which I got the cards. So what happened is that when the Kitasan Black card banner came out, everybody was talking about how good it was, but I couldn't really pull for it. And the reason is actually quite simple. Oh, just uncheck everything. All right, and you don't need the R and the SR. So, and the reason is pretty simple. One of my favorite characters was what's her name? Meguro Palmer. She was always one of my favorite characters. And so when the Meguro Palmer banner came out, I actually pulled for this card. Not knowing that, I mean, when this game came out, I didn't know that much of a. I mean, I knew the difference between the card and the character, but because I really liked the character, I pulled for the card, not realizing that it was a totally useless card for a long time. In the long run, it wasn't that bad of a pull because this card was actually quite helpful. But, at the time, it was a totally useless card to pull for, and I had spent all my jewels, and so I didn't have that many jewels to start with. And then the Kitasan Black banner came out. The Kitasan Black banner basically is paired with Satono Diamond. And I pulled with whatever I had at the time, and I only got 1 copy of Satono Diamond. I got 0 copy of Kitasan Black. And from that point onwards, basically, I had to constantly borrow Kitasan Black. Like, every single time I would actually raise a character, I would have to borrow Kitasan Black, which meant that when I had to do PvP, the Champions Meeting PvP, I basically had to use a character that had recovery in their skill. And that is because when I, got this account, I did not have any good recovery skills. So Meijiro Queen gives this recovery skill, but it's only for long distance. So if I want to do mid distance, it's like 2400 meters, that won't work. This skill, Rice Shower skill, also long distance, totally useless. Right? This character gave a recovery skill, but it was only for runners. And at the time, Guts was useless. So all my SSR cards basically didn't give any recovery skills. The only card that gave me a recovery skill was actually Haru Urara. And at the time, and I imagine it's the case in the English game right now, this recovery skill was also useless. This didn't proc. So that meant that if there was any long distance race or like a mid distance race, and I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to run the distance, I had to use characters like Gold Ship, because Gold Ship has a gold recovery skill, or Daiwa Scarlet, because Daiwa Scarlet has this skill, or I didn't have Special Week at the time, and I think what was the other character that had this skill was actually not that effective at the time, so that was debatable. I didn't have Bourbon at the time, and I didn't have Rice at the time in the early days, or Super Creek. Super Creek has recovery skills, or Agnes Tachyon. Agnes Tachyon has a recovery skill here and here, and I couldn't use any other really good characters. Now, so if you actually have Super Creek, the support card, the stamina support card, then you don't have to reroll, I think, because you can just borrow Kitasan Black level 50 and keep playing and just throw in Super Creek to get the recovery skill necessary. But if you don't have Super Creek, and if you don't have 30,000 free jewels to pull for Kitasan Black, then I think reroll is a real option. Anyway, I remember just constantly being annoyed at this. So these are the characters that I still have available. This is in the order in which I had them. So as you can see, this is a Maruzenski that got this skill. Gold Ship has got this skill through Rice Shower. And by the time I got the Gold Ship, I finally got Kitasan Black. But this was in November of the year that it came out. So the game came out in February of the year, February of 2021, and it took me until October, basically, I think, because this was the November Champions meeting, and in the September Champions meeting, I borrowed Kitasan Black. So ever since Kitasan Black came out, all the way until September, October, I always borrow Kitasan Black. And because I always borrow Kitasan Black, I had to use a character that had these recovery skills. Maruzenski luckily had a recovery skill, so that won't work. This is the swimsuit version of Maruzenski. So that's what I wanted to say, right? From my personal experience, this card was so good that I just constantly had to use it. And the other reason why the card was so good is because it's got a bonus to power. So at level 35, you got a power bonus 1. And what that means is you smash Kitasan Black, and not only does speed go up like crazy, power goes up significantly. It doesn't go up crazy, but power goes up a lot more than you expected. And that made this card, completely different at the time. She also had a gold skill that every character could use. It's the speed version of the Maestro, Professor of the Curve. Right. So this card was so good that I had to keep borrowing it, which basically meant that because I didn't have Super Krieg, it really limited the selection of the characters that I could use, and that was kind of annoying. Now the problem with me is that by the time the Kitasan Black card had come out, I had put in significant amount of time and effort into my account, and I had actually raised a lot of characters, and I'm like, I can't reroll now. So I did it, and I also was using DMM at the time, and when you use DMM, and I still can't use Steam actually, but when you use DMM, you can't really reroll that easily, I think. So that was it. I was basically stuck with the account. I didn't have a cell phone. Well, I didn't have a cell phone account. Later on, when I was in Japan, I put the game in my cell phone and I linked it out. I linked the DMM account with the cell phone account, and so I think the game now thinks that I'm a JP player who's temporarily living in America. I think that's how the game recognizes. Because when I try to log in through Steam, I can't. It's blocked, which probably means that I need to probably get a VPN and log in through JP, and then from Japan I can then log into the Steam account and I'll get to this account. It's weird, but such is life. Anyway, the other reason why you want to pull for the Kitasan Black card is that this is still early in the phase of the game, so the SR cards, there aren't that many of them, so you can actually pull multiple copies of the SR, and you ideally want to get level 45 Sweep Tosho. Once you get level 45 Sweep Tosho, things will get a lot easier. So you get Sweep Tosho and you get Kitasan Black, and your character would improve. It'll be a lot easier for you to hit hit speed 1200. So what did I use here? I used King Halo. Why did I use King Halo? I don't know why I used King Halo. So what did I use here? See, I used Sweep Tosho, Shinko Windy. Shinko Windy is also going to be a very good speed card, SR, and Kitasan Black. I used these 3 speed cards, and I used 2 power cards. Low int here. This Maruzensky basically did the speed int build, and I got 3 in int here. And of these 3, Dober basically is just floating around, but this card I pulled for. I don't know why. I don't know why I did. It was kind of crazy, but at the time I thought I'll pull this card and I can use this card as a speed card. It didn't really work that way, but such is life. And I used Machikane Fukitaru because I need to get right turn. To get right turn from Machikane Fukitaru here. So the SR cards are going to be your bread and butter. And then by the time I get to Tamamo Cross, I have, well, actually by the time I get to here as well, I have Kitasan Black. And then with Tamamo Cross, I borrowed Rice Shower because this Rice Shower gives Maestro here. And the scenario of this Digital Deity basically gave cooldown. Digital Deity doesn't give cooldown, but Rice Shower gives cooldown. So I chose Rice Shower instead of borrowing Super Krieg. And Then this is short distance. Oh, and this is actually one of the earliest moments in which I actually did a guts build. So finally, at this point in time, that I thought guts build might actually become viable, and I got a guts build here. So one speed card, one int card, wit card, one speed card, and then 3 guts. And as you can see, Harurara was one of those 3. And then I think in February, this is the last moment in which the Aoharu second scenario Champions meeting was done, and I got 2 speed cards here. 2 speed, 1 guts, 1 power, 1 int. Yeah. Why did I use Fujikiseki? It's probably a skill that I wanted from Fujikiseki. Left turn probably. I don't know. I don't know what Fujikiseki gives. I forgot. And then this one was in April of the climax. Yeah, God. I can kind of imagine a lot of people dropping out in climax. This scenario was brutal. But yeah, I haven't had really good luck in gacha. So, but if you had good luck in gacha and you have what's her name, Super Creek, you know, you don't have to reroll. But if you don't have Super Creek, if you don't have 30,000 jewels, I think rerolling is a real option. And you would be amazed at how long it took for me to finally get Super Creek. There it is. I got Super Creek around the time that Air Shakur came out. She finally dropped for me. It took me this long. Basically, I lived without Super Creek, and I had to constantly borrow Super Creek or a Rice Shower every time it was a long distance race. Very, very unpleasant experience, if I remember. But you can still win Champions meetings. You know, like my characters are proof of that. Which one was long distance? This is mile. This was mid distance. This is short. This is dirt. This is long. So I won long twice with Tomomo Cross. Huh. And she only got 1. Oh yeah, but by this point in time, which scenario was this? This is the Grandmaster scenario, and I got like stamina 1200. So yeah, with 1200 stamina, if you get this, it's alright. Actually, so long distance here, 2 recovery skills, long distance here, 1 recovery skill. That's dirt. Yep. This is medium. This is long, like Shimiracle. Yep, only 1. But I got stamina 1250. Once you get like stamina high enough, you only need 1. Plus the fact that the int's high, so you can pretty much rely on it proccing. Back then, at int 400, you have like a 60 to 70% chance of things proccing, so you had to get 2 of these to make sure that it'll run even a mid-distance race. Yeah, for long distance, you know, I got it as much high as I could, but I still got 2 because at int 500, I think it's like a 70% chance that it procs. Yeah, 70% chance. And the latest long is this one here. I got 2. Don't know why. It's probably got to do with the fact that, yeah, I wanted to I wanted to jack stamina high, so that's why it's that. No, it doesn't matter. Alright, so that's my experience of the Japanese version of the game without Kitasan Black. Take it for whatever it's worth. My advice is to definitely pull for the Kitasan Black card. It's definitely worth it. You will not regret pulling for that. I think even if you reroll, you won't regret that. It is a really good card. At least I think it's a really good card. Because this one card alone basically helps you raise stats quite high. So that's it. You're not going to be like trapped by this card, but this card will be usable for like at least a year. So it's a really good investment. But you know, as I said previously, if you got Super Creek, if your stable is good, if you have a lot of horses that you like, if you put in a lot of investment in your time investment in your game already, and you can't reroll, that's okay. There will be a reroll banner coming up after the half anniversary, so save up on the ticket, save up on the crystal. That'll give you two cards of this, and then when the reroll banner comes, you know, hope that you go one ceiling and you can get like 2 copies of Kitasan Black, and then at the ceiling you can exchange it for a 3rd copy, and then with the crystal and the exchange ticket you got a 5-copy Kitasan Black speed card. So you can play it that way. You don't have to rush it, is what I want to say. You guys have the advantage of knowing what the gacha schedule is going to be. The JP players, we are totally in the dark. We have no idea what the gacha schedule is going to be, so that's a bit rough. But I suppose for us, the JP players, the one good news is that the devs do give us a lot of free jewels. So I pulled 3 freaking ceilings. I pulled 3 freaking ceilings. And I got really crap results on the support cards, but I'm up to 10,000 jewels again. Alright, so I'm 1/3 of the way there. So I think the half anniversary is literally a month away for the JP players, and a really good card is going to come up in half a month. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get 1 ceiling for that, but I hope the devs will give us some free pulls. If they give us some free pulls, hopefully I'll be able to go 1 ceiling, and if I go 1 ceiling, then I will have at the very least 1 crystal. Currently I have 54 crystals, so I got 54 shards, so I'll have 2 crystals and 14 shards, and then with 6 more shards I'll get 1 crystal. They're gonna do the Masters Challenge again, so that's 5 shards right there, and then what do you call it? What do you call it? The League of Heroes. The League of Heroes will give us at the very least 1, probably 2 shards. So that's got 7. So I'm looking at 7 shards coming in August. So I'll have 3 crystals, and so of these 3 crystals, I'll probably use 1 on Tamama Cross. So I'll have like 2 crystals left over. When the banner comes, and if it's a really good card, I'll go 1 ceiling, and then I'll use the 2 crystals to help me out there. That's probably what I'll do, and that way I can keep playing the game, as close to free to play as possible. I'm not totally free to play. I actually spend money because I want to pull the dailies. I put in some money so that I have some here, so I can pull the dailies. I'm not pulling this daily, and I'm not pulling this daily. But I like Gold City, and I need that. One of the other copies of this would be nice. If I get Tamama Cross, I might not even need to use the other crystal. So I'm pulling the dailies for this. So I put in some money to get this, just to pull that. So there you go. Anyway, that's how I'm currently playing the game. The Kitasan Black banner is coming out for you guys. I hope I hope whoever pulls the gacha, I wish you good luck, because dang it, everybody needs the good luck when you pull the damn gacha. Alright, so that's it for now. I'll see you guys around. Take it easy. Bye bye.
最適な大きさのレンチをすぐに提供いたしますよ。